What up, boxing fans? Your boy Tony Bucks. Welcome to the channel, the MICHEAL, and this video is gonna be about the fight versus Virgil Ortiz versus UK's Michael McClinson, and yeah, I'm gonna break it down. Well, my thoughts are gonna be on how the fight, how I think it's gonna go down. So yeah, man, if you guys know Ortiz's last fight, versus Me Machine, that was a hell of a fight, bro. If you haven't watched it, you need to go watch that, because that was, you could say, where it showed or Ortiz hurt for like the first time, and he almost went down, but he didn't. I'm not sure if he's never been down. I'm not sure, but he didn't go down. He did, but it was like considered a slip, which it was. But anyways, that fight versus Mean Machine, Mean Machine, the I think he's Russian. He also gave Crawford, considered one of the number one pound for pound fighter in the world, to give him problems. So now that should tell you something. And Ortiz's young age, 23, that says a lot. And he stopped him. So but before the stoppage, it was a war, with Ortiz getting the better of it for being the stronger fighter. Mean Machine didn't have enough to compete with Ortiz's firepower, but it was still an entertaining fight. And Ortiz is going through everybody. Meanwhile, trying to get his title shot, being number one on two organizations, the WBC and what other one? And a couple. So, but I mean, yeah, he's the number one on two organizations, like I said, WBC and the other one, I believe it was the WBA, or no, the WBO. So he's like the fifth on ring and stuff like that. But he's cracking like the top five on pretty much all the alphabet organizations. So he should be getting a title shot soon. But before that, he's gonna be running through all the top tens, top fives, pretty much the top five fighters. Meanwhile, getting those shots, because I mean, I doubt he's gonna be waiting. And Ortiz is a guy that likes to fight, at least 3 times a year type. But yeah, Michael McClinson, the UK native, is going to take his chances, since he's like number 4 in like one of the organizations. So they said, why not, let's go at it. And that's what is going down. Well, we know what Virgil's coming with. He's coming with for welterweight, the champs are not even in the 5'10s. Earl's about like 5'9", and Ugas is like 5'9" too. So somewhere right there's a good height. Virgil's like 1 inch taller, 5'10". It has the height, and then he brings the power. He brings the, he's not there all the way defensively, but his offense is his defense. So I mean, he has 100 KO punch ratio. So we haven't seen anybody that, well, we seen Me Machine now hurting him. So we seen Virgil hurt now, his latest fight. But I mean, what's a fighter without going through adversity? So you could say that was Ortiz's first time going through some of that, feeling what it's to be almost knocked down. So I'm pretty sure he didn't like that, and he's gonna work on his game, polish it even more, like where he thinks that went wrong. So his next fight, he's gonna be improved fight for sure, obviously, uh, but versus McClinson, yeah, I don't see how he could win, cause he has really no KOs. So what does that say? He's a pure boxer, you can say. Um, a lot of movement. I seen a highlight of versus a guy named Ravalonsky or something like that. Excuse me if I said the name wrong, but something like that. And he was like, from what I seen, Michael McClinson was, he was throwing like shots, like reckless shots, right? Because his opponent didn't possess a lot of power to be that dangerous. So he would like throw lazy shots, lazy jabs, and I just think if he comes, if that's how he's gonna be coming, uh, trying to swing at Virgil, is not gonna end well for him. But I'm pretty sure he's gonna know who Virgil Ortiz is. They're gonna study him, and they're gonna know he has power, 100 KO percentage. So they're gonna know they're gonna come in with the try to have a good game plan and try to box him. Try to be defensive, try to not get hit. But I don't know, cause Virgil's too aggressive. Once he goes in there and smells blood, if he can hurt you, especially if you don't possess like power to get him off you, like me Machine did in the second round where he buzzed him. But being a young vet Virgil is, he held on, you know, he stayed cool, leveled, and he composed himself and came back at it like swinging. Like I said, his defense is his offense, so that's what he knows how to do. Uh, and like a lot of these Mexicans, man, when we getting down, you know what I'm saying, getting mad, you just go at it, hoping or always aiming at the best, you know, way you can hit that jawline, because that's where you're gonna hit and get a KO, or in the temple. But you gotta always do it smart. But I mean, when you're brawling it out, like, you just gotta go at it with everything, and that's just the type of dude Virgil is. He's gonna go at it with everything, but in a smart way. You know what I mean? Calculating his shots, because I mean, he's a warrior, as you can see. And I think he might be Michoacano descendant, so you already know what it is, that Tarasco warrior thing. Yeah, you can't go crazier than that. So and that's how I see Virgil. He's just a warrior, never backing down, always going forward, try to knock his opponent out to the end. And that's what makes me a fan of boxing, of fighters like that. That's why I'm a Virgil Ortiz fan, and that's why Ortiz has a lot of fans, because his style is so entertaining, and that's what we want from the fighters. You know what I mean? So that's what it is. But McClinson, he's gonna have to bring his A game. I know he's gonna have to bring a million jabs, but I don't even think that's gonna help him versus the monster Virgil is at welterweight. And he's hungry. He's hungry for a championship fight. So McClinson's gonna have to bring his highest elevation in the fighting game, because he's gonna need everything he can to try to be a guy like Virgil. And I see Virgil stopping McClinson maybe by like the 5th round if McClinson don't get crazy defensive from the first round. If he feels Ortiz's power right away, because I doubt he's gonna want to exchange anything. So I just think, as a matter of fact, Virgil starts landing, feigning, jabbing, attacking the body. If McClinton starts moving crazy, know that Ortiz is gonna go crazy for the body, as he did for like versus Mean Machine and the others. Like, and they're saying that McClinton is gonna be tricky, but he's fought tricky fighters already too. He fought the veteran Mauricio Herrera, but no one ever did what Ortiz did to Herrera, which was stop him. And Herrera, even though he was a vet already, but still, like, and at the time he was probably 21, so he was barely coming up, 21, 22, and he still handled Herrera. And then you could say Solomon had some movement too, so he's been in there with movers, so he'll know what to do. He'll cut off the ring, and he's just gonna find McClinton if he tries to move around. But I don't think that's gonna work. It's not gonna work versus Ortiz. Ortiz is gonna go in there like a predator and get his prey, man, which I think is McClinton. Is not gonna be a good night for him, but that's just what it is. Those are my thoughts on it, how the fight's gonna go down. March 19th. Can't wait. You know what I'm saying? Big fan of Ortiz. And yeah, that's it. That's the video. Don't forget to like, comment, share my video, and subscribe. You know what I mean? We're almost gonna hit 4K. You know what I mean? Gracias for the support, everybody. Everybody that watches my content, thanks. And continue to make videos, man. Huge fan of the sport, and hopefully we continue getting good fights, and hopefully Ortiz gets a shot at the champs, man, once they fight each other, or and if say like the winner out of Ugas or Spence don't fight Crawford for the last belt, either Crawford could fight Ortiz. He's Ortiz #1, so he should be mandatory. But it sounded like Crawford don't want that smoke, even though he's mandatory. But either you do your mandatory or you vacate, man, because you know how it is. But right now Crawford's trying to face the Jermell Charlos at 154, and not really. Well, it's really Spence, the one that hasn't been wanting to do the fight. So, man, hopefully they tie that up. You know what I mean? And then someone become undisputed, and then keep fighting the rest of the guys coming up, man, like the Virgil Ortiz's, the Boots, and the other guys. Or if not, let's get these fights with say like Virgil Ortiz versus Boots, or like Virgil versus Danny Garcia, even though he ain't got a belt. It's just a Mexico, Puerto Rico, American, Texas versus Philly thing. You know what I mean? It's just a fight that will sell, that type of fights. So we just want to see exciting fights, and hopefully meanwhile the champ fight it out and get a #1 guy. But let's see the good fights, and hopefully they fight each other, bro, because we just want to see the good fights. But like I said, this is the end of the video, and can't wait for March 19th to watch Ortiz fight again. But like I said, like, comment, subscribe, and stuff. We out this. Till next time.